Hello everyone, my name is Ilya and we are here today at the beautiful One-on-One studio in North Hollywood to talk a little bit about the new compressor. And I love talking about compressors. This one is called, as you might expect, an 1178 by Z&H Designs. That's a new brand, and I wasn't expecting too much from it, but later in this video I'm gonna show you how it actually sounds and works and which new features were added to the legendary design. So, as most of you should know, the 1178 was a legendary classic compressor based on the revision H of the famous 1176. So many people say it's like a stereo version of an 1176. Yes and no, it's kind of the same, but it gives you more options. And of course, you can use it as a stereo bus compressor, or I love using it on drums, on acoustic guitars, sometimes even on vocals. Significant difference between Z&H 1178 and the original unit is the fact that you have separate attack and release controls for each channel. If you remember, on the original unit there was just one attack and one release knob, which controlled attack and release time for both channels. With that unit, you can do some nice tricks like feeding your bass or vocal into channel 1, processing it with fast attack and fast release, then going into channel B and slightly compressing it with a slower attack and much slower release to replicate the concept when you use like a fast and slow compressor on the same vocal, for example. You can do it with that unit, with a single unit, which is a cool option, I think. This compressor is a nicely built unit, 2-rack unit, same as the original, but if you look closer, you will notice that they added some significant features, and I feel really good about it. First thing you will notice on the front panel is the left-right or mid-side switch, which allows you to process your signals in mid-side mode without the need for any special additional extra equipment. So you can do MS drum bus compression or MS master compression or whatever MS compression you could think of. Second thing you might have noticed is the high-pass sidechain filter, which allows you to control how the compressor reacts to the lower part of the spectrum. Like if you want it to be triggered by like your snare drum but not triggered by your kick, you can go like 180 on sidechain high-pass filter, and then your compressor gonna react differently. What happens is basically there is a high-pass filter built into the sidechain of the compressor. So this filter won't affect the way your drums or bass or whatever sounds, but it will affect the way how compressor actually reacts to your signal. So this is the high-pass filter for the sidechain. The other good addition to the original unit is the mix knob. So you can blend in compressed signal gently or not gently, whatever you want, with this little knob, which is really useful. Kind of the same thing you can find on most of modern compressor plugins, but on a hardware, which is good. I feel that the unit is nicely built. It has basically the same set of settings as the original one, like you have input and output for both channels. Of course, you can select if you want the compressor to operate in stereo mode or in AB, like double mono. This way the detector, the side chain part of the compressor will work separately for channel A and channel B. Then same good old attack and release controls for both channels. Then the ratio selector buttons. Of course, you can do the classic all button trick, and the compressor works really well and provides really nice crushy, smashy, crazy compression we all love, I think. So the compressor costs around $1,666. 666. Is it actually the beast? We'll check soon. But the manufacturer says that they have an access to almost any type of components, and they were able to handpick the best ones, which allow the unit to sound as close as possible to the original vintage unit. Also, Z&H offers us a 5-year warranty, which is, that's quite a commitment, right? If you have a 5-year warranty for a piece of hardware. The back panel is expectedly simple. There are just 2 inputs and 2 outputs for both channels. So there is no external sidechain input on the compressor. Also, it's equipped with a universal power supply, so there is a switch which allows you to switch between like 110 and 220 volt. If you're in Europe, you could use 220. If you're in States or in Japan, you could use 110, as you all know, but I had to say that. So let's hear it in action. So as you might have noticed, the compressor also has the switch named GR, which enables or disables gain reduction. So you can use it, if you disengage it, you can use the compressor as like the distortion unit, which is also fun. The attack and release controls work the same way as on the original unit. So when you turn the attack knob or release knob to the right, clockwise, it's the fastest setting. And when you turn it counterclockwise, it's the slower one. I really love how it works. I don't think I dig the mix knob really well because the way it works sounds a little bit unexpected to me, because like the level really drops down when I go back to the dry signal, but it might be because I'm stupid, you know? So, but I think when using that one in a real mixing situation or in a tracking session, it would be a great tool. I mean, now we're obviously set up with cameras and stuff, and it's not like the real life situation, but on a tracking session or in a mix, it's gonna work really well. I love it. So, what do we have? I must say I really enjoyed the unit. I feel that it has a little more like top-end sparkle, and it sounds a bit different than than the vintage units I remember and been using for a while. I really love the flexibility and all the new options and features they provided us with. And I think that for its price, it's quite a beast. I mean, obviously you can find a decent vintage unit on Reverb or eBay, and it's gonna cost you like probably 4 to 5 grand depending on the condition of the unit. That one you could buy for 1600, which is cool, right? So thank you for watching this. I hope it was useful. Anyway, I enjoy people subscribing to my channel, so feel free to share any thoughts, ideas, concepts, whatever, questions. And thanks for watching.